Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel here at Seb's Garage. I took the Fit for a little bit of a cruise the other day and picked up some stuff. My mom's moving out, so she gave me back a bunch of lawn mowing equipment and some other stuff that I loaded up. I got a cool carpet cleaner, which I really could have used while doing the detail on this thing, but I guess it'll work out for when I do the carpet on the blacktop. I'll be able to see it a little bit better there. It's pretty dark in here. But I noticed that the car is making a weird noise in the back end. So I went ahead and got some KYB shocks for the rear. I got some alignment bolts for the front so that we can get this thing sorted, get it aligned, make sure everything's good. Since it's got newer tires, I don't want them wearing unevenly. And then we've also got this list that's been growing, but some of this stuff can be crossed off. The interior is in good shape now. Lighting I'm not going to take off yet because I still want to do some stuff to it. Trunk swap is done. Latch handle is complete. I've got a windshield appointment for Thursday the 11th. I use a local place that I've had do a bunch of cars. Are pretty good. Usually these windshields, or for all the Hondas that I usually work on, being like 2000 stuff, usually they're like $150 to $175. This one's $225, which is a little bit surprising, but I gotta guess it is a giant windshield. So have that for Thursday, and yeah, I'm gonna just keep ironing this thing out, and I'm also gonna see if I can get rid of all this stuff and make the body look a little bit cleaner, and get this thing to where it needs to be. So let's get at it. All right, I got everything unloaded from the car so I can show you the suspension noise. It's kind of weird. Pretty sure it's coming from the driver's side rear shock right here. So this is gas cap, driver rear, and I'm gonna jump right here. You can hear it down here. Sounds pretty bad. So I'm gonna get this thing up in the air and see what we can find. I'm also going to check over the exhaust components. Actually, let me try kicking this around. Let me see if I can get down here like that. The exhaust seems fine. So yeah, hopefully it's just a couple of really worn rear shocks. The fronts were abysmal, so I'm sure the rears are the same. This car's got 245,000 miles on it, and it's never had the shocks changed. Front struts were horrendous. So yeah, get it up in the air, swap them out, see what they look like. We got this side, the driver's side rear, torn apart, and this shock is definitely not in the greatest shape. Not as bad as I thought, but it's not coming back. It's not stuck. It'll come back, but it's not really doing anything. I think I found the noise was this terrible non-OEM bolt. These are supposed to have a bolt that actually fits in here with a sleeve, and this didn't. So I'm gonna see if I can get the appropriate size bolt for this, because I think that this is the noise I was hearing, was just the sleeve on the lower bushing bouncing around with this crappy bolt. And we'll get the other side apart and see what that looks like. All right, I got the passenger side off. You'll see this one is collapsed and not coming back up because it doesn't do anything. And that one did have the proper bolt. So I've got a giant bucket full of hardware here that I've gotten from parting out a bunch of cars over the years. So I'm gonna see what I can find. I should have something similar to this. So hopefully I can find something, clean it up, and install it on the other side so that we don't have that annoying clunk going over bumps anymore. This thing should ride a lot better. And after that, we'll do the alignment bolts for the front so that we can get this thing aligned and be one step closer to having a perfectly working daily. Here is my absolute crazy mess of bolts. This is like grown-up Legos. And I've got a bunch of these shoulder bolts from different Honda cars, and these ones right here with the like ridges in them are suspension bolts for like EG, DC, EK, so like 996 and Integras. And those are the perfect size because Honda's pretty good about pretty much using the same size on just about everything. The only difference here is how tall they are. So you can see that the one for the Civic is a little bit taller than the one for the Fit, but that shouldn't be a problem. And then the other thing I wanted to show is with the caliper, the old bolt compared to the new stuff. So here you can see the thickness is that much, and here you can see that is swimming in it. So, you know, you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. So I'm gonna continue listening to Earth, Wind, Fire because I am a boomer in disguise, and keep getting this knocked out. And let's see if we can get a test drive in tonight. We're supposed to be getting some pretty awesome, well, I don't know, awesome depending how you view it, some pretty severe snow overnight and pretty much all day tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get this knocked out tonight so that I can test drive it, and if it doesn't go well, then I'll have something to do while it's snowing like crazy out. We have got everything back together and torqued. Ta-da, still looks like a Fit. Still have to get all that crap off the bumper, but let's see if it sounds any better. A lot better. Still a little bit of like a spring clingy type of noise. I assume that the rubber isolators on the spring are either deteriorated or not clocked properly, or maybe they just need a little lubrication. So I'm gonna go take it for a test drive. I'm gonna reward myself with a trip to Binny's to grab a nice cold Guinness to watch the storm with, and test drive it, see how it does, see if there's anything else that I hear, and we'll address the springs and the front suspension alignment bolts tomorrow. The test drive went well. It sounds a lot better. There's still that little bit of like weird noise from the springs, which I think is just the isolators, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But the car drives so much better, so I'm gonna go ahead, grab a beer, go home, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's the next day, and you know, overnight it wasn't bad, and this morning it really wasn't either, but here we are, 2 p.m. coming down real thick. Got all the cars covered, and it's this disgusting heavy sludge crap. So it's gonna be really fun to clean this up, but I'm gonna get back in here where it's not snowing or cold, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this front suspension stuff done up. I think I'm also gonna install this splash shield so that when I'm dealing with the snow, nothing gets up into the serpentine belt and all that. And then, yeah, we'll knock these out so that we can get alignment on the car this week and be that much closer to this thing being sorted. We've got the car up in the air, and we've got OEM shield number 1 to install, and then this is the aftermarket one, which I'm letting sit on top of here to kind of get its shape back since it was crammed in a box for shipping. So while that is getting back into shape, we're going to install some of these alignment bolts. This is the part number for Moog for these. It's K90474, and basically these are a bolt with a little offset to them. You'll see that they're not perfectly centered, and they've got this cam deal on them. The way that that is orientated will allow the car to have a different camber setting. So what we're going to do is we're going to zip off this top bolt, replace it with those. I'm just going to max it out to max negative camber. It should be somewhere around 1.5 degrees, 2 degrees, something like that, and then get alignment tomorrow or the day after. Windshield's out, and this would be a great time for me to have my 3D scanner because I want to make a gauge pod. But yeah, windshield's about to go in. I'm getting all these corners that I couldn't reach a little bit cleaner while I'm at it. And in a couple minutes here, we'll have a fresh windshield. And just like that, we've got a new windshield. It's so nice to not have something that's all scratched up and cracked. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this up while I'm at it and throw a coat of the 303 protectant on the plastics. But that means we can start taking some stuff off our list. So fix windshield, can come off. We can do suspension since that's complete. And then we've got the dead pedal installed. And we can get the wheel liner and bottom tray off the list as well. Looking good, not much left. I'm over here cleaning up the cowl pieces. Decided to just hit the car with a quick little bit of soap and water and a couple brushes, and man, this thing looks insane. Look at how nice this looks. Same with all the sheet metal down here that was caked in grime. So yeah, this is gonna be quite the improvement. I'm excited to get this thing looking better. But just clean your cars, people. Like, your car will thank you. It'll be so much easier to work on. All that crap just adheres moisture and makes your cars rot. So I'm gonna get these cowl pieces back on, and then probably try to get all of this goo off of this rear quarter panel. Clean all this up, see how that looks. We got all the windshield stuff back together. The cowl's got a little bit of a protective coating on it. It looks a lot better. Not perfect. The car still needs a true detail. Wipers and stuff back on, and then I spent a little bit of time cleaning this up, which honestly turned out so much better. Bumper still doesn't fit 100% right here, but I got all of that residue off. I just used a rag and brake clean, went at it, and then did a little pass with some cutting compound in the rag to clean it up afterwards. So the car's looking a whole lot better after that. Looks a lot less ghetto. So let's see what we do next. All right, it's been a couple of days since that last clip. I've got both the fits in here because it's been a crazy couple of days. We got a massive winter snowstorm with like 10 inches of snow. I think it was like negative 12 degrees out with a wind chill of like minus 30 or something insane. So I've been cooped up in the office, whipping up a bunch of new stuff that I'll be releasing this year. I've got actually some new vanity plates that I just got whipped up. I'll show you here. These will be for sale on the site soon. But I've got the Jazz plate, the Fit plate, and we'll also have one that says Sep's Garage on it if you guys want to rep the brand. I had a customer request some silver banners, so I got a set of silver banners made. I actually like them so much that I think I'm gonna end up putting one on the shit fit. And speaking of the shit fit, I'm gonna keep working on this, trying to get it dialed, finish up this car so we can get on to doing fun turbo stuff for the black car. I went ahead and pulled the turbo and manifold off of my mock-up engine because I've been doing some 3D scanner stuff. New toy I just got for some products I'm going to release for the L15. So I'm going to go ahead and get the seatbelt tensioner pulled out of the bottom of this seat. This is the original seat that came out of the shit fit. The upper half went with the other fit that I sold, and it had a small gash on the back of it. But I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled and installed on here and see if we can clear those airbag codes. Alright, after a little bit of surgery, we got this guy out of the seat. I forgot that it wasn't actually this seat half right here, but it was the other whole seat over there, because it's for the passenger side, not the driver. So it was not a fun time to get that out. Kind of dreading doing it on the car, but I've got the battery disconnected here, the negative terminal, since I'll be messing with airbag stuff and I don't want anything to blow up in my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this side torn down on the passenger side and seeing if I can measure resistance with a multimeter first to make sure that they measure differently and that is what the issue is. It will at least give me a good idea to know that that other part is bad if the readings aren't not necessarily identical, but you know, close to each other. So I'm gonna do that and see what I get and get back to you. Well, I had a fun discovery here. Pop the seat bolts off, got up here, and turns out that plug's not plugged in. that whole yellow bit of harness was just stuck underneath the carpet from when I did the carpet. So I used my multimeter here and measured the resistance between the two pins on that yellow plug, and everything seemed to be good. So I'm gonna go ahead, put it back together, and check it out. Hopefully it fixes stuff. All right, I called around and I found a visor at a junkyard, I think maybe half hour, 45 minutes away. And I actually have to be out that way anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and go run a bunch of errands, test drive the car, make sure airbag light is off. I know that check engine light is still on. I'm gonna see if I can try to get the sensor I need off that car while I'm at that junkyard. I also have a bunch of packages ready to go. Thank you so much, everyone, for the continued support into the new year. I am nearly sold out of flat face dead pedals, so I'm going to start a new batch of those very soon, just to try to keep those more in stock. But I just cleared out the driveway since you know, we got more snow overnight. And yeah, let's get out of here, test this thing out. Well, car is doing great. I still have the airbag light on. I think I'm gonna have to actually go into it with the OBD2 scanner and try to clear the code again. If not, I do have the spare airbag piece to swap out. I'm a bit of a dumbass. I was shoveling my huge driveway and left my wallet, my other pants. So this is gonna be fun. I hope the junkyard takes checks because I've got my checkbook because I was just at the industrial hose supply place where I get the stuff for the clutch delay valve leads. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a call and hopefully I can still go over there because I'm pretty much halfway already. So yeah, let's find out. Well, I feel dumb. Called the junkyard. They will not accept the check. It's just cash or card. So now I gotta backtrack home about 20-25 minutes, then go back up north about, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. So my day just got longer, but I did just drop all the packages off at the post office. So at least I'm getting stuff done. So now I get to go back home to then go back up north. Let's get it. Well, this is the thing about getting stuck behind farm equipment because I live out in the booties. So yeah, they're legally allowed to drive on roads, plates and stuff, because it's farm country out here. But yeah, about halfway home. Let's get back. All right, back at home base, got my wallet. Also decided to hook up the scanner and see if I can clear those codes. Looks like we still have an 8164 and 8564, which I don't know if it was there before. So I'm going to try to clear them. Here, ignition on, engine off, yes. You sure you want? Yes. Turn and read codes to verify, okay. Turn the ignition switch off, alright. Turn it back on, okay. Really annoying beep, got it. And now we go to read codes. Status for vehicle communication. We do still have a permanent 8164 and kernel failure of the ODS unit. Alright, well, looks like I'm gonna have to do some more digging around and possibly part swapping. But at least I got rid of one of the codes. I don't know. Well, off we go. See if we can get a new visor, because this is really annoying. This thing will just flop and it won't stay put. So I just leave it like that, but even then, it comes down. So, yeah, let's see if we can get that fixed. All right, we've made it to the yard right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this part and get rid of this thing that's always hanging from my face. And just like that, we now have something that goes all the way up and sticks, and it's not in my field of view all the time. So let's get back and close this out. I did find out that the rear wiper nozzle isn't working, so I'm gonna take a look at that, and that'll probably be it for now. I mean, I've pretty much fixed all of the stuff other than that airbag code and the CL. That's wrong with this car. It drives great. I did notice on the way up that driving on the highway around 80 is very sketchy without a sway bar, so I'm probably gonna get one. If you do need one, which I think every Fit should have, make sure you get it from Parts Daddy Will is an awesome dude, and he will give you the best price you will probably find anywhere. So hit him up on IG and talk to him, get some parts. So I'm gonna get back and see if I can figure out what is going on with this rear wiper thing. Stopped at a gas station and topped off on gas here in cheap Gasland, Wisconsin. 25 bucks to fill a whole tank from E, and the light was on. It had been on for a couple of miles, so that's pretty awesome. I still got to figure out why I'm only getting like 26 to 28 miles to a gallon. I know it's winter, but I should be getting somewhere around 32. So hopefully fixing this evap code will get rid of that. But yeah, it's starting to get dark out. People are driving like shit. I saw a Nissan driver almost nail a Subaru. So let's get back at it and get home safe in one piece. All this traffic right here, because people won't get out the damn road. 3-4 cars rear-ended each other because people aren't paying attention. Man, it's crazy out here. Look at this. It goes on for blocks. It's crazy. All right, we have made it back safely, thankfully. It's crazy what I saw on this, I don't know, 35-40 minute drive. So I was waiting at a light, waiting to turn left. One car ahead of me. The light, you know, turns green. Someone blows through the intersection on the red, and the person in front of me is just sitting there at the green arrow, and I honk at them, and instead of turning left for the arrow, they blow through the intersection, cutting off the people on the other side that are turning left, almost getting into an accident. Insane. And then the Nissan that almost hit the Subaru, like, just pulled out of nowhere and was lollygagging on the road, and then started, you know, swerving into this other lane, and that Subaru like had to get out of the way because they were gonna get ran into. And then just now, like blocks from my place, 4 cars, I think it was, rear-ending each other, taking up the only lane for traffic to get through. It's rush hour, and now there's blocks of traffic. So be careful out there. People don't know what the heck they're doing behind the wheel, and you got to drive defensively, and just be careful. You know, stuff like this is what makes it terrifying for me to want to take out my green car. You know, like, that car's been down for a bit over a year now, and I don't even mind, because I'm terrified, you know, something stupid like this happening to it just because people can't drive. So I'm gonna check out to see if I can see what's going on with this rear wiper sprayer real quick, and then we'll probably close out the video after that. All of this stuff is fine, and it's connected up here, and the tip doesn't seem clogged. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take another look, see if there's anything going down by the pump, make sure fluid's getting through. I can hear the motor going. So I got a couple small things to add to the list, but that'll be it for now. The car is getting to be the daily driver I want. It was actually really comfortable and really nice. Really good heat, you know, during my drives today. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.